So this is St Andrew's Church in the village of Denton in Lincolnshire, where my walk starts today. So the church is quite busy at the moment because every first bank holiday Monday in May they have some form of street market which is quite historical in the village, but I've just been told by someone that it may be cancelled this year. Cecil William Dougherty, member of the Lincolnshire Regiment, he died on the 30th of October 1915. He was 19 years old. Victory in Europe Day next week. So banners are being placed in the church. So that was a nice start to the hike. It's always good to see a community coming together for whatever reason, whether it's some sort of village fete or a market or some form of celebration, which seems to be the 80th anniversary of VE Day, but also linked in with their traditional yearly market that they hold here in Denton on the first bank holiday in May. So we've had some amazing weather recently. Today, not so much. It's not going to be as warm as it has been, but if I'm being honest, I do prefer that type of weather for hiking, so bring it on. Belvoir Castle is about 2 miles up this road, but we're going to head out of the village another way to the reservoir. So there's quite an old traditional feel to this village. So we're just approaching Denton Reservoir. It's nice and scenic around there, and then the walk takes us onto the drift, which then leads into Harlaxton. Harlaxton is quite an old-fashioned village, lovely to walk through, and at some point we're going to have some bacon butties because we've got the jet boil for tea, so that will be nice. And the rain has started. So we're just walking alongside Grantham Canal at the moment, and there is a trail down here called the Cross Britain Way, and further along this path there is the Harlaxton Wharf, which will be good to see. Absolutely. So Grantham Canal was an important waterway providing coal to the local area. And before all of the motorways were built and the network of roads, canals were integral to the moving of goods between villages. Now there's another sign over there. I wonder if it's the same one I've just seen. Oh, and Louise has managed to get to the top of the bridge. That wasn't planned at all. Good timing, Louise. There's a sign behind you. Well, I think this is the perfect stop for a cup of tea. What do you think, Lou? Cup of tea? So we've brought the jet boil with us. We'll get that out and have a hot drink because it's quite cold today. Right, so we're going to head over onto that bench and have a hot drink. The temperature's just plummeted. The skies have gone black. That could be a good hiding spot. Right, so we've got a bit of an issue. The weather forecast is saying we've got a rain shower coming in about the next 10 minutes. The sky's gone completely dark and blackened over, and we're looking over at that bridge and we're thinking maybe we could hide under there whilst it rains and wait for it to pass. What do you think?
You're right.
Or shall we just go for it?
Let's go for it.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's just go for it. All right, let's do it. Well, there's the rain. Is it going to head this way though? So we're just approaching the village of Harlaxton. Now, Harlaxton was mentioned in the Domesday Book in 1086 when William the Conqueror wanted a survey doing of his lands. So it's believed that Harlaxton goes even further back to the Neolithic period, because aerial photography has shown that there are a series of long, narrow, barrow structures from the Neolithic period, and that's the New Stone Age. And the sun makes an appearance. About time. So we went through the rain, we pushed on. It was only a passing shower, so nothing too bad. So this is Harlaxton Manor. It's the British campus for the University of Evansville in the US. It was originally built in the Victorian era and was finished around about 1850 something. And it replaced a manor which sat in the centre of the village of Harlaxton. But that had become so old it needed to be, unfortunately, taken down. It's quite an impressive building, and they have open days, usually about once a year. I think it's been used for various films also. So we're just coming up to the walled garden now. So you're allowed to walk as far as the gatehouse, and then the path cuts into Harraby Village, which is really good because you get to have a view of the house from up close. There's lots of cameras about though, so don't go thinking about going any further. So that's as far as you can go, unfortunately. But like I say, there's open days once a year where if you want to and you want to find out about the history of the place, then you can actually go inside and have a look. Right, on to the village of Harlaxton. So the village of Harlaxton was closely tied to the manor house until 1937, when the estate was broken up, as lots of villagers were finding employment elsewhere due to better roads and transport connections. Behind the hall in the First World War, there was an aerodrome built, but between the wars it was largely disused until the Second World War. And then in 1942 it became RAF Harlaxton, where it operated as a relief runway for RAF Cranwell. So we're just about to enter the village of Harlaxton, and it's such a quaint village. It really is. There are 36 buildings that are Grade 2 listed. Now, as you enter Harlaxton, there's a lovely little park, so if you're walking with your children, it's a great place to stop. So further on from here is where the moat would have been for the hall, the first hall in the village. And this street is called Pond Street. I wonder if that was the original entrance to the hall. This house has a date on it, 1789. This is the centre of the village. And here we have the remains of a standing cross. Classic old telephone box. So this is the entrance to the church of St Mary and St Peter, which is Grade 1 listed. And there are some parts dating back to the 1100s. Now, I don't think the main church is going to be open because it's about 7:20. But you never know. No. So this is advertising the festivities at the church we were at the start, St Andrew's in Denton, for the 80th anniversary of VE Day. It's about 7:30, so we've got about another hour and a half of light, but it's only about maybe another 40 minutes to the car, so just time for a hot drink before we go and finish the hike. Right, the hike continues. And off we go. Right, so the walk ends about here. I can see the church from where we are, and the car's not too far away from that.